Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You remember when Barack Obama did that bailout? He was trying to get money invested within the community, within society, to get people back to working. How did you feel when some of that money went to highway workers so they could rebuild certain infrastructure, the highways? And because they could do this, some of them were able to continue to pay their mortgage or to pay their rent or car notes and keep on living. But the money that he passed out, or people who got money, wasn't the people that you worked for, or anybody that you could benefit from. You remember how upset you were, how unfair you felt that was? Well, those are the kind of things that happen every day, ladies and gentlemen. My wife often tells me that I speak sometimes not too clear. And I have been speaking for 33 years about peace, prosperity, and joy for every citizen in this country. And I seem to be the only one that's still speaking of it. And perhaps I'm thinking maybe I didn't do it too clear. So I want to choose a particular industry and see if I can give you an example of what I mean when I start talking about peace, prosperity, and joy. When I start talking about dreams coming true. Let's use the automobile industry. Now, let's say that everybody who works in the automobile industry loves their job. I mean, really love it. Now, you can keep that job for the rest of your life under my plan if you love it. If you sometime down the future stop loving it, you start loving something else, you can switch. Now, because you got this job and you love it, and there are so many other people who would probably love that same kind of work, but can't do it because you got those slots filled, what we in my plan would do is offer you more vacation time, more time to spend doing anything you want to do. Travel, class reunion, family reunion, stay at home and take a bath, clean up your house, raise your kids, whatever. And while you're away, others who love those same positions can fill in that slot until it's your time to return. Or when somebody else it's time to go and spend away from the job, they can fill in those slots. But everybody that's working in the industry can continue working in it, and those who have a desire to work in the industry can move in those slots when other people on leave. Now, when I say everybody, I'm talking about people who make the cars, people who make the machinery that makes the cars, people who make the tools that make the cars, people who make the parts that goes in the cars, people who do the technology to determine how much gas is going to take, how much oil is going to take. All of you, people who do the seats, people who do everything on these cars can continue to do those cars. People who manufacture and produce gasoline so that these cars can travel continue to do that. And others who are coming up with other forms of energy sources so these cars perhaps can stop running off gasoline and maybe run off water. But everybody in that industry who has been doing this work, keep on doing this work. Here's the change that comes about. You've been receiving a paycheck. And if the people decide that they want to continue a paycheck, they can do that. But they must change the rate at which people are being paid. In my world, there's no one job that's more important than another job. Every job is important, and the success of the industry cannot survive the elimination of any particular job. If there's anything as far as changes come in that regard, it'll be to add jobs to make it a better product. So everyone will be working and receiving the same kind of money that would allow them to do the same kinds of things that anybody else in this industry can do. Now, if you don't want to use money, you can just use your card. And on that card, you got the same amount of money for doing that job as anybody else done. Now, that also switches from this industry to any other industry. The same model. I advocate it. The same model that everybody, and my reason for doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is to make sure that everybody can have a career. a career of their choosing, that they contribute to the process that creates goods and services that we all need. Now, to me, that sounds as simple as anything. This allows people to build schools and bring in curricula that is absolutely fantastic, that people who know what they want to do can educate themselves in the capacities that they're interested in. And they can be educated to the best of their ability because they want the career, they want the job, they want the knowledge. All of these things help to produce the best that America can produce. And when I sit there and think about people who are homeless, people who are jobless, I think it's absolutely pathetic that there are people around here who call themselves intelligent, who call themselves PhDs, who call themselves doctors, who call themselves this and that. And they cannot see to the degree that they would want to advocate a program, an economic program, a social program, whereby all of the people can be blessed. I think about the people in India, Calcutta, Africa, all of these different places where people are just starving, bellies popping. And all of these things can be eliminated just by simple plans like this. And I say this simple because it's simple to me. And it seems to be so difficult for everybody else. So I'm thinking that this must be coming from God, because it is really universally applicable to eliminating the pains and suffering that we feel in our human lives. So I've said this, and I guess I'm just going to leave that alone. Maybe somebody will pick up on it. Maybe somebody will try to make a change in the world, because I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, having been out here for 33 years advocating, and people seem like they're crazy. Look, let me just say this one last thing. Mitt Romney, a Republican, you know, all of America, you know doggone well that the Republican Party has nothing to offer this nation. It might have something to offer Republicans. It has nothing to offer this nation. You know that. Barack Obama, Democrat. You know darn well, American public, that Barack Obama is not going to offer you any more than any other president has ever offered. And it has never, ever been enough. And yet, you are sitting there contemplating which one of these guys you're going to vote for. Sure, you're getting influences. These guys are spending hundreds of millions of dollars that they are receiving from people who benefit from the administration that these guys offer. They want to keep them in there. It doesn't matter whether they're Republican or Democrat, just keep them in there. And they are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to trick you. And you go blindly to those polls and vote them in. When I give you this program, I say it comes from me, but it comes from God. It offers you your dreams. You pray for your children. You pray for your parents. You pray for your grandparents. You pray for the government. You pray for your system. You want things to get better. Here's how to make it better. You go to those polls and you vote indicating that you are fed up with trusting other people to do things that they have said they were going to do. So you are going to play a major role in it this time. You're going to elect a representative who will open up the doors, who cannot do anything unless your power implements it. And it's going to make it easy and simple for you to put your power into it. And those things that will produce your dreams can be done. Now, you can trust Barack Obama and Mitt Romney if you want to. To me, it's foolishness. But to you, it might be a dream come true. So I'm going to leave it in your hands. Bye-bye.